Good evening, everyone. Welcome to our October 28th McCordsville Advisory Plan Commission meeting. I'd like to call to order, and can I have a roll call, please?
Scott Shipley.
Here.
Dr. Don Price.
Here.
Brian Schneckenberger.
Here.
Devin Stetler.
Here.
Chad Gooding.
Here.
Katie Reichert. Brian Hurley.
Ryan, any agenda considerations tonight?
We do have PC 25027 Lennar Homes request for Kelly Landing. We do want to apologize. This was originally not on the petition that was sent out Friday. This was continued from September and then also continued for this evening's meeting. So it is now requested to be continued to the November 25th meeting. So staff is just curious if the board would like the petitioner to renotice this petition if you're okay with notice as it currently is. The rules and procedures do not specifically state that notice should be sent back out after a couple of continuances. Just something that we were curious your thoughts. Signage has continued to remain on the site. Of course, all public notice requirements have been met, but again, because it has been continued a couple of times, we just wanted to give the board an opportunity to weigh in on your thoughts regarding notice.
What, Holly, Ryan, what have we historically done in situations like this?
Historically, I don't believe we've required renotice, but this was a discussion a year or so ago. In fact, the BZA's rules and procedures, which Brianne would know about, do require after 2 continuances to renotice. So we have been more consistent with the BZA on doing that, obviously with the rules and procedures stating that. We have not done it here because our rules and procedures don't require it, but it's something that we've considered potentially making that change in the future to our rules and procedures. So any direction you give tonight would give us some additional feedback for that future update.
And by running the notice, you're theoretically getting the word out again about the petition for next month. So I guess my opinion would be I would be okay with the notice.
Yeah, I think it's important to make sure the public's aware of it. A lot of times you see the signs there, and they sit there for months, and so you just take them for granted. And I think it would be important to, and particularly considering the size of this development,
Yes.
it's going to impact a lot.
Seeing lots of head nodding, so.
Is that something you want us to vote on?
I don't think we need to vote on it. Staff will just
Okay.
ask the petitioner to do that. Shouldn't be a problem. We'll leave the docket numbers the same, leave our signs up, and we will redo newspaper notice. Petitioner will redo the mailed letters.
Okay. No other discussion on that petition terms?
No.
Okay. Any other agenda considerations before we move on?
No other considerations.
Looks like the next item on the agenda is approval of our meeting from September. The board has had an opportunity to look through the meeting minutes. I would entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion to approve the September meeting minutes.
Brianne has made a motion of approval. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
There is a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. Looks like we have one other item under new business. It's item number B, Patch McCordsville LLC request for approval of a secondary plat for McCordsville Commerce Park.
That is correct. So this was continued from last month. If you will remember, last month you reviewed the development plan for this project. The secondary plat was continued because we were still working through a couple of items that were discussed at TAC. So we've worked through that, and so now we're bringing the secondary plat back to you. So this is 39 acres, 3 lots, 2 blocks, and 1 common area. This sits on the northwest side at County Road 600 West and 500 North. So I've added here the plat for you, and you should also have found that in your packet. One item I do want to note on the PowerPoint here that is different from your packet is Innovation Drive that we just received this today from the developer is the true name of that road running north-south. Your packet shows it as Commerce Drive, so that's an update that came in today. So I just wanted to point that out to you. So one of the items that was we were able to work through with the developer is this easement that is right here coming right off of Patch Drive. This is something that staff and the developer were able to work through just to make sure that we are thinking into the future as far as any development for these two parcels down the road as far as access off of 600 West. So we were able to work through some language that ensures that future access is available for these two parcels as they get developed. So that has been taken care of on this plat.
Holly,
Yes.
I just wanted to point out the access for that would be off of Innovation Drive. It's not off 600 West.
Thank you. So Sean Bush is here representing the developer. If you would like him to come up and speak to the board, this does not require a public hearing. So we can bring him up unless you have any questions for staff first.
Hello, Sean Bush with Patch Development. Don't have a whole lot to add. This is part of our mixed-use development here, a mix of commercial and light industrial uses. We previously brought our primary plat to this meeting in June. There's been a few updates since then. We changed some road names, changed actually the name of the overall development, and responded to all staff comments. We've called out all access and utility easements, as well as right-of-ways, including the 70-foot half right-of-way on Mount Comfort, according to the town's thoroughfare plan. And that's it. I'm happy to answer any questions. Thank you for your time.
Any further questions from the board? Holly, Ryan, anything else to add?
No?
So everything from our September meeting at this point has been addressed?
That's correct.
Okay. There's no further comments or discussion from the board. I would entertain a motion. It looks like we can approve, continue, or deny the petition before us.
I'll make a motion to approve the secondary plat.
Brienne has made a motion of approval of the secondary plat. Do I have a second?
Second?
There is a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Thank you.
Thank you.
Looks like we have one item under new business. It's PC-25-030, 4 Stars request for approval of a primary plat for 165 lots on approximately 80 acres located along the west side of County Road 500 West.
That's correct. So this is for Stone Chase. This development includes one entrance along 500 West. It also has a stub street that connects on the west side of the development to the gatherings at Aurora community. There's also future stubs to the north and one stub to the south that will be incorporated into the development. No, it is? Okay. Thank you. So all lots will be accessed from the internal street network. There's two areas here, Area A and Area B. The PUD allows a maximum of 168 lots. 165 lots are proposed. And the reason for the reduction is due to some TAC comments related to block lengths, as well as, I believe there were 4 lots that intersected a section line. So they had to make some changes to that so that those 4 lots wouldn't have 2 parcel numbers each, which would have been a taxation nightmare for those property owners. So I can bring up Cheyenne now for 4 Star to share some more. This will require a public hearing.
Good evening. My name is Cheyenne Hoffa. I'm the entitlements manager for 4 Star Indianapolis. I appreciate your guys' time tonight. Before you have Stone Chase, our primary plat. Earlier this month we had, or I think it was late last month, our TAC meeting, and we have responded to all comments. Like Holly said, we've made some changes. The lots have been, the number of lots has been reduced slightly with some additional path connections, some additional traffic calming measures for some of the longer block lengths, similar to gatherings at Aurora, where there will be kind of a bump out to slow down traffic and calm traffic as it goes through that neighborhood, proposed neighborhood, I should say. We had comments from the county for stormwater that we've addressed and noted as well. But open to any questions you guys might have, and I have my engineer here as well if you have any more technical questions that I might not be able to give a proper answer to. And yeah, there's a shown with the stub street to the south, just to help for future connectivity of anything that might come this way.
Any initial questions from the board before I open it up to the public? If there's no initial questions from the board, this does require a public hearing. I would like to open it up to the public at this time. If there's anybody from the public that wants to come before the board and ask a question or make a statement on the matter, please do so.
Yeah, I have a concern.
Can you?
We live on 500
Can you
West.
please state your name?
Eric Brown.
Spell your last name for our records.
BROWN.
Thank you.
And we live on 500 West where the little blister will be, which seems rightly named since it's a little irritating. But our concern is our driveway is just right on the other side of that. So a safety concern is somebody passing in the blister and us coming out of the driveway right there.
Okay. We do have the town's engineer here tonight, so we can get an answer for you.
Okay. Now or?
No.
That's-
Thank you.
Yeah.
Sorry.
That's just one.
My name is Brent Meyer. We live just north of where Eric and Sarah do, and we also still have some reservations on the passing blister because it's on ground that's owned as part of our trust, and that my wife and her sisters own, and just seems like a lot of road frontage that if that land or that plot of land that this blister would be on is basically taking road frontage. So if we were to ever develop that land in the future, it kind of limits that from that property. And I guess there was a difference between what we talked about last meeting, where that passing blister would be about 50 foot wide, and now we're looking at 30 feet wide, and just wanted to kind of understand, if we could, what future might be if that all were to stay there, and how that all transpired.
Okay. Is there anyone else that wishes to come up and ask a question, make a comment on the petition? Ryan, I'd like to go ahead and close the meeting, or close the public hearing. Mark, would you like to address the comments, please?
Okay. The questions were about the passing blister location. The entrance is located roughly about 475 feet from Mr. Brown's driveway, and it was specifically located or pushed further south with the idea that it would align with any future development to the east. The spacing for that is appropriate from those residential drives, and it allows for that future development to the east. That's why it was located where it was. It's when we look at where entrances need to be, we want to make sure that they are opposing and not offset too close together, because that would cause conflicts with traffic. So that's why it was looked the location where it was. I'm afraid I didn't understand your question about 50 feet versus 30 feet.
Yeah, during the last meeting, it was mentioned that a passing blister would be 50 feet by 450. And I think in some communication we had with Four Star, it was listed as, I think, 450 by 30.
Yeah, the actual width of the blister itself, we're going to look to put 12-inch or 12-foot travel lanes through there. So the 30-foot width is probably a little bit wider than what that existing lane is not. It's not very wide. It's probably something in the neighborhood of somewhere around 10 feet, maybe a little bit more. So we will look at from the center line of the road to go 12 feet and then another 12 feet, and then a little bit additional for drainage and constructability of the passing blister. So it's not going to be 50 feet, definitely not extending that wide. And then the length of it, you'll have tapers on the north and south that are 150 feet long. So that 450 foot, 300 of it is growing out to it and then reducing back. You only have the length of it, of the full width, directly opposite of where that left turn motion would be into the development. So that's the dimensions. Did I address your questions?
Yeah, brought up another one. I don't know if I did.
Yeah, that's.
Okay. So my other question is in regards to the widening of the road, and I understand that, if I understand it correctly, the center of the road stays the center of the road, and by widening the lanes to the east, they would basically, I think you said 10 feet is what it is today, they would be coming another 2 feet for the lane, plus another 2 feet for the gravel shoulder.
Now, that's not going to happen now with this development. It would happen should the property to the east develop on that side. This developer is going to do its widening on its side of the road and then install the passing blister, and there's not going to be any widening on the east side.
Okay.
At some point in the future, that may happen, but there's no plans for that right now.
Okay, thanks.
Thanks, Mark. Any other questions from the board?
So where is the location of his driveway?
Right across from the walking path.
I'm sorry, Dr. Price, what was your question?
I'm just trying to figure out where his driveway is, because when I look at GIS, it looks like it's further north than whether or not it would have impact.
We're gonna pull up on GIS.
Yeah. There's a site map overlay on the first page of the primary plat that kind of shows it.
Yeah.
It does look like, he's mentioned too, the walking path, but GIS might be helpful too.
Yeah, I'm not sure which way it's smelled. Brown.
So you can see the entrance is roughly in the middle of the distance between the Brown property and the parcel line to the south.
So come down a little bit, right about.
Keep going. Keep going, right in the middle there. Okay. No, that's,
Right about there.
yeah, a little bit in the middle between the Brown and the south property line. On the, okay.
Yeah. Let's do that.
All right, where is it here? So, right in here. And that's visible, well, on your petition. So, up in here is the drives.
Would be actually that walking path.
Is it where the walking path is? Okay, thank you. That's where the Brown is, and then the property to the north is up here.
Holly, Ryan, did you have anything else to add with regards to the petition?
No.
Any further comments or questions from the board?
So right now, there's nothing proposed to be putting on to the east side of the road.
Just the blister.
Yeah, just the blister. There's no development plans over on that location.
And I would add the blister will essentially serve as the entrance to the
To the
future
next,
development
yeah.
on the east. So it doesn't really further limit the other side of the street. It actually probably enhances development
Mhm.
opportunities for the other side of the street.
Any other questions? There's no additional questions or comments from the board. I would entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion to approve the primary plat.
There is a motion before the board of approving the primary plat. Do I have a second?
Second.
There is a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Holly, any new business from the floor?
Brian's gonna take over new business.
So we, last month, one of our ARC members, Jenna Nepler, unfortunately resigned. She's moving to Hamilton County, and obviously with doing so, yes, big bummer, cannot serve on the ARC any longer. It's a residency requirement. So we have, she actually had a person that she was able to recommend to us that wished to serve. We've interviewed that person. His name is Joshua Smith. He currently works for Butler, Fairman, and Seifert in their environmental section of their office. So he has some, government experience through the private sector. He's also worked initially out of college in an historic preservation office, and so he has a little bit of design background as well. We've interviewed him and felt like he was a good fit for the ARC to come and backfill Jenna's spot, and so that is our recommendation tonight. This is a Plan Commission appointment to the Architectural Review Committee, so we are recommending Joshua Smith as placement on the ARC.
You need our approval of that or our vote?
We would like your approval, yes.
there's no further questions or comments of Ryan, I would entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion to appoint Joshua Smith to the ARC.
There is a motion before us. Do I have a second?
Second.
There's a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
Thank you.
Any other announcements?
Just one, we are still working through some contract negotiations on the Unified Development Ordinance with our vendors, hopeful vendor, HWC. We've gotten their initial contract, and it probably had a little bit more scope than we anticipated in it, and so we were kind of working to reduce the scope down a little bit, which should also hopefully reduce the cost down a little bit for us. And we are currently under a timeline that we think we will be ready for the November council meeting to present that finalized contract to the town council. Once that's done, we'll get that executed, and then we'll begin to set timelines moving forward for all the next year full of fun steps that will be required to create a new unified development ordinance. The Plan Commission will be heavily involved in that once we get this kickstarted.
Thank you. Any other topics that we need to discuss?
We do. We have one more thing. We are working on the 2026 calendar for meetings. We do not anticipate changing Plan Commission night. We just wanted to make sure the schedule for 2025 has worked for Plan Commission, and if we continue that, then that won't be an issue for this board.
I also was going to give a Hancock County Quality of Life Plan update. The group met last month. I've lost track of time. And we also met to discuss more so the master trail planning as well. We haven't officially enacted anything with the quality of life plan, but one thing we did discuss was whether we felt that the county plan commission needed to formally adopt the quality of life plan. We decided against that. We think it should more so just be a guiding document. So as we update comp plans, using that as a guiding document within comp plans rather than formally adopting it, since we already did provide a letter of support from the town. And then the other update was more so to just update more universal safety trail signage for all of the trails in the county. We wanted something that if you have an accident out on the trail, call 911. It's something that somebody can recognize and get to. So that's going to be updated. I think they spoke to the Parks Department about that, but that was the big update. And then in November, we'll meet again to talk about actually how to put action towards the quality of life plan. So we'll have more updates after that.
Great.
Stan has been involved and is working on the emergency signage portion for our trail segments. And don't quote me, but I believe I had heard that the quality of place plan was going to be on the county commissioner's agenda sometime this month. So fingers crossed.
Nice.
That's it.
Anything else? Okay. If not, I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Thank you.